It's at this point that you hear a howling. You see that these strange wolves that are fast approaching all of you. They definitely look like they're from like the predator planet. They have these tusks that are sprouting out directly forward out of their faces, and they have that those sort of mandibles as well for their mouths. So we're gonna roll initiative. We're playing the Alien RPG, and at this table, everyone can hear you scream. Previously, the Space Marines Steele, Crawford, and Anvil, along with several NPCs, had touched down on the remote jungle planet of Caelestis. Here, they have been investigating why a Marine base had been radio silent for over 3 months. As they moved through the base, they engaged an alien predator in combat, but not before Crawford, the squad's synthetic, upgraded his software from a destroyed Walter battle synthetic. We now return to the story after the battle, as Master Sergeant Steele has killed their panicked commanding officer and has taken control of the Marines. So we pick up with Anvil in the bowels of this facility. And you see that Anvil runs to take cover and basically evades the two neomorphs who are running after the rest of the party. And then these neomorphs, they keep running down the hallway. They leap over the new chasm, and Anvil then jumps in the hallway and opens fire and takes one of the neomorphs down, but the second neomorph closes in, and you see that the neomorph's skull, just as it's about to leap onto Anvil, the skull explodes from a beam of energy. And Anvil, you look behind you and you look upwards as a predator is looming over you. And that is where we cut to the rest of the party. Rian, you now are piloting Dunbar.
Yes, sir.
Dunbar has, his own agendas and horrible scars as well.
I'm hurting.
You hurt, that's for sure. And we pick up with this predator has now taunted you and is leading a blood trail. This predator, by the way, looks like an older version of the predator that you faced off against in that chamber, in that like garage. And
it's a more mature, grown-up version.
Yeah, almost like there's a familial link there a little bit.
Oh,
and
damn.
Yeah, and the blood trail leads down off of this rooftop and into the jungle not so far away. And as you see this blood trail, it's quite a distance away still. But as you see this blood trail leading into the forest, you also you see that the ship that you guys were on, there is some sort of big flash of light, and now this wreckage, this rubble, is starting to plummet down to the planet, as it appears that they've now knocked out your original ship.
Oh, the orbital ship?
Yeah.
Wait, the orbital ship or the drop ship?
Both.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah.
We're seeing the thing fall down, and the camera goes to Steele's face, and he mutters again, "Welcome to the jungle. It's worse here every day. You learn to live like an animal in the jungle where we play." And his gaze is looking down to the jungle where the predator's blood is leading in. On me, people. Okay.
Yeah, so you all need to desperately leave this planet. There's a full-scale war going on, aliens versus predators right now. And that'd be a great idea for a movie, by the way. They should make a
That
good
would be
one.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like the whole time you're talking about this, I'm like, that could be such a good movie, you know?
Right? Yeah. If only it was lit properly and we could see something. But yeah. So yeah, this blood trail leads into this dense jungle. You know that 2 clicks north is their ship.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta book. We gotta just try to book for cover, like going to the jungle.
Walter, get us to that ship.
Yes, sir. It's 2 clicks north. North by northwest. Here, follow me.
Copy that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just start booking it, and I'm just gonna keep my eyes open for any. I mean, it's gonna be hard to see because we're literally getting into the jungle. But once we, like, before we make cover, I'm definitely keeping my eyes open for anything, around us that could be
Okay.
approaching us. I want to be ready.
Okay, make an observation check as you enter into this jungle. Oh, baby.
Beautiful.
Oh!
Beautiful.
Yeah. So as you are running in, this predator thinks he's got the drop on you, and
Nope.
you say and you I'm guessing you probably fire a shotgun blast. It connects with its left shoulder as it jumps down, about to sneak attack you all. But you see that this thing's badly wounded. This thing's really badly wounded, and it's carrying something. And you see that as it lands on the ground, it's wobbling, it's unsteady, and it falls to one knee. And you see in its hand a fresh human skull and spine. And what kind of obvious artifact would Anvil's body have, Ryan?
Oh,
I
jeez.
mean, his dog tag, right?
Yeah, I would say
Maybe, yeah.
maybe his dog tags. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. And you see these dog tags, and this thing takes a knee, and you see that this thing killed Anvil, but Anvil did a number on this guy, and it falls to the ground, and its mask falls off as well. And it roars. It has this horrible, ugly face with these mandibles that open and outstretch, and it roars, and then its eyes, they're already like bloodshot, whatever they're blood, I guess green, glowing green, bloodshot, and it falls to the ground dead.
I think as it was screaming, or like roaring,
Mm-hmm.
Steele, seeing the dog tags of fury, overcomes him, and he leaps forward with his knife and just starts stabbing into its face.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and now you are covered in this neon green blood, and it falls to the ground. Yeah, whenever you're done with it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm roaring while I do it, and eventually its roar stops and mine continues for a while.
Sir, we need to get to the forest.
Like rip out the knife.
Mm.
Yeah. And then I blink for a second, and I falter a little bit, and I actually cry out a bit in pain and clutch my knee. Fucking shit. God damn me. And I look over this predator corpse. Look at all its technology.
Mm.
I want to grab its mask.
Ooh. Oh, I hadn't planned on this. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You pick up the mask. Sure.
Reporting for Act 3 agenda.
All right. Yeah. Your Act 3 agenda. Actually, how is Steele feeling right now?
Steele, remarkably, has kept a level head. He's currently at 3 stress. And definitely where we see him at the end of Act 2, surrounded, in a sense, by the xenomorph and predator conflict. And then that one predator who, cut his hand and sort of challenged us, as far as Steele interprets it, after blowing up the dropship. Steele feels like he's in the war, and we're not out of the jungle yet, not by a long shot, and it's gonna be a perilous final sprint.
Yeah.
And so it's like this adrenaline is flowing through him perpetually, I think.
In amongst all these thoughts, you remember the bear trap, you remember some of this other technology. They can turn themselves invisible. They can take down a full like dropship, a marine dropship, and so you figure that these aliens are really advanced, and maybe they can fix your leg properly, and you won't need all these painkillers. And so the first thing you got to do is kill them. And yeah, the first thing you got to do, kill them and take their shit. And then you can work out how that works afterwards. But that is your Act 3 agenda. Kill them and take their shit.
Okay. Yeah, so like their technology.
Yeah. You know that they have a ship not far, only 2 clicks to the north in the jungle.
Yeah. Yeah, like possibly there could be a pilot on that, or this guy who's challenged us might hand us. So I think Steele is going to be trying to, kill them and take them on board.
You see that there are like there's, it looks like a med kit also with like needles and things in one portion of it. It has like syringes and whatnot as well.
Okay. Yeah, I look at this and I'm like, this might be the Lazarus Juju juice I was hoping for.
Oh God.
All right, let's get a move on. And if we see any more of these Yautja motherfuckers, let's put 16 rounds in them for Anvil.
Dunbar, I think as a point, since you took in the last act you took Morris's dog tags, I think you would probably take Anvil's dog tags as well.
Yeah, I think there's a kind of a white-fisted grip on them, as white-knuckled, I should say, as Dunbar's like thinking, I should have done the cool thing. It should have been me.
And Steele is thinking,
you'll still have your chance. If you really want to, I'm sure you'll have another chance.
Well, one that doesn't get me killed. And I'm fine at the end of it. That'd be ideal for me.
So he is a gun-toting son of a bitch. When the enemy comes knocking, they better hope Dunbar aims for the head. Dunbar's arrogant and selfish. Not a team player at all. He'll put his life on the line if he thinks he'll look rad as hell. But he'll want credit. Dunbar's in it to climb the ranks, make a name for himself.
Gotcha.
His Act 1 agenda, again, as an NPC, it's harder to sort of keep all these plates spinning. So I kind of hinted on some of these a little bit. His Act 1 agenda was test Crawford's patience. Synthetics like him can't be trusted. How far can you push him? So there's obviously a distrust with Crawford, now Walter.
Yes.
Then in Act 2, if you want credit for saving everyone, you gotta live. Find a way out of this mess. If these lemmings die, so be it. And then, so keeping all of this in perspective as we sort of layer these in for Act 3, the Act 3 agenda is sometimes you can plan yourself into more of a mess. Just point and shoot. That's all the planning you need. Kill, kill, kill.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so are you putting that mask on, Steele?
That's a great question. He is wary of the dangers of alien bullshit, so maybe like an observation check or something to see from a quick study if this thing might like stab me in the face if I don't pass a biometric scan or something.
User not recognized.
Face impalation procedure beginning.
Sure. Yeah. Do you have an alien technology test?
I don't.
Comtech, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Be hard,
Comtech.
though.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be yeah. Ooh. Nervous
Okay.
twitch. Yeah, you don't know.
Nervous twitch.
You don't know and you start getting this twitch maybe with your leg actually. You
Yeah.
get this sort of nervous twitch and you don't know what this thing's going to do when you put it on your face.
Yeah. He like his look glancing from the mask to the corpse of the Yautja to like the remains of Anvil. He just curses and he latches the mask onto his belt, saving it for perhaps a moment of pure desperation. And will give the hand signal for the squad to move out.
Okay. Yeah. So what's your approach going to be moving through this forest? You have to make it 2 clicks north. Is your approach going to prioritize stealth or speed?
I mean, we gotta get as far away from this battle as fast as possible. I mean,
Yeah. Steele, however, will sort of take on a Sun Tzu level of tactics here. He is in his favored terrain, his element, and so he's gonna instruct the squad to move slowly and carefully and create like makeshift camouflage on themselves, literally just using dirt and bits of leaves and plants that we tear out of the ground.
Okay. Yeah. Walter, you know about these Yautja that their vision, when they have the masks on, it appears that their vision is based on like thermal detection.
oh, like heat, like our bodies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't think that will do much good, sir. These Yautja, they are able to detect heat signals.
Then we better slather ourselves in mud.
I don't think that's how. Okay.
That's how it works.
That's how it worked in
Walter,
the
I'm
movie.
telling you, that is how it works.
Yeah, I mean,
I am speaking as someone who just looked it up, and it references Predator, and this is what Arnold does.
Yeah.
okay, all right.
It
I guess
takes us the
slap-
whole film to figure it out, and you just did it immediately. Better get money.
Remember, I fought in the jungle,
Ah, true.
and I did not
Hey,
expect
wait.
this adventure would take this direction, but it is quite fortuitous I made such an offhand joke in the beginning.
Yeah, it was initially just a dense forest, but then you said that, and I'm like, oh, well, it has to be a jungle.
It's a jungle.
It's rather humid, actually, now that we think of it.
So do we cue a montage of all of you smearing nice mud all over your muscles?
Do I need to? Do I
Yes.
have to?
You run
Yes,
hot.
Okay.
you still produce heat. Yeah, I think we established that
Okay.
earlier.
Yeah. Have you ever held your hand near an NVIDIA GPU?
You're mining crypto with your excess RAM.
yeah. You just start to hear my fans kick on.
Sorry, I'm passing wind.
Again, synthetics aren't just like robots. Like their biology is structured on human components. But
That's
it's
true,
just
yeah.
synthetic. It's just like literally like they have veins and arteries and stomachs and everything. It's synthetic. It's not naturally made.
Well, I'll lather up in muck with a degree of indignant reluctance.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a montage of all of you mudding up, and it is cool and sexy and amazing, and you all remove 1 point of stress, as this takes about 5 or 10 minutes to do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like we're at the sauna or something.
Yeah. I love that verb, by the way, mudding up.
Mudding up. Oh yeah, that's definitely an American thing. Yeah, so here are some examples for different tactical approaches here. So there's stealth, there's running at breakneck speed. The trees here are very, very tall, and they can provide you with the aerial advantage and maybe a little bit of cover. And maybe you might be able to use the xenomorphs against the predator. Most of the xenomorphs have kind of they are back in the facility, but more could come out. And then again, what I said before, their masks, their vision is based on heat signatures and thermal radiation, is it, or thermal readout, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember. Did we take a flare gun when we left the dropship?
Do you want to have a flashback with Stackowitz as you take a flare gun as you leave the dropship?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you say to
Stackowitz!
what
Oh.
what did you say to Stackowitz that at the time was perfectly fine, but now with hindsight is now a little bit telling?
That aged poorly.
Stackowitz is up in the pilot's chair, and we're, descending down to the planetary surface, and I head up next to him, and I put a hand on his chair, and I've got my rifle slung in front of me, looking out over the jungle, and I say, Stackowitz, we haven't known each other terribly long, but I knew your father back in the days. He was a strong man, a brilliant man. The way he... Oh, I'm tearing up just thinking about it. The way he took down those insurgents at the heart of the jungle, it was... My God. Tragic the way he was cut up to pieces, but anyhow... I'm breaking myself.
In the background, you can see Anvil and Morris going, I think we're going to get out of this one okay. I got a good feeling about this one.
Damn right, Anvil. Damn right. Listen, Stackowitz, I've been on a lot of ops, and sometimes they can go hairy. Hairy sometimes means there's an animal out there. Sometimes means there's something worse than an animal. The LZ might change. I'm gonna need a couple flares.
Oh yeah, they're right over there. Hey, sir, Steele. You're really an inspiration to all of us. I hope you don't mind me saying, but my dad talked about you and what you went through in the jungle. And God, I just hope that you never have to go back there. Because I know what you both went through, and I'm glad. And he takes off like a dog tag, and he hands you his father's dog tags, and he says, "You're gonna bring these back to me, aren't you? Right?"
I am. That's right, Stackowitz. You're gonna see this again. You're gonna see the sunrise of your home planet again. And you're right. As I said to the Wayland Yutani bitch, I don't want to go to the jungle again. I don't want to do it again. I lean into Stackowitz. But if I do, you best be goddamn sure I'm gonna make it a fireworks show to be remembered until the end of days.
Hoorah! Who fucking rah!
Hoorah!
And he says, and I can't wait to see it with you. And we smash cut to you now in the jungle. He is long dead, and you're holding his dog, his dad's dog tags, and you're like, ooh, and the flare gun.
When I hoorah again. Hell yeah.
Oh, you're killing me.
I just realized we're recording this on Memorial Day weekend. In the United States.
Hoorah. Identify so strongly with the American Memorial Day of the past.
Oh my
This might be played by an Irishman. I take the flare gun and I shoot it.
What? You just shoot it? All of that, you're just like, I guess you shoot it.
But not right above us.
Okay. Where
The
you
flare
shoot?
gun shall be a distraction for both the xenomorphs and the predators. This thermal signature and visual signature
Ooh, yeah.
that will rise over the jungle in a direction away from us, hopefully drawing xenomorphs, perhaps neomorphs, out of the base into the jungle, and the predators into a conflict with them.
Okay, so you are pointing it where? In the direction that you're going, or in a different direction?
No, like 90 degrees, eastward.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, yeah. You hear a lot of screeching. You hear more of that screaming from the predators, far off, and there's movement. Some of the trees actually start to shake, not in your immediate area, but a little further off.
That should buy us some time. Let's take this slow. Get down low to the mud. Make our way to that ship. And Walter, you better promise me right now that you're gonna be able to take us out of here on that ship.
It is a possibility. I will try my best.
What are the odds, Walter? If you had to measure it in probabilities with D6s.
It's hard to say, sir, and that's a very strange unit of measuring probability.
Seems perfectly fucking normal to me.
Oh my
Something
god,
happened to
chill. Chill. Jeez.
I see life as a series of D6s.
Oh, no.
I grab him by the shoulders. What is your piloting skill?
But I think I am pretty good at piloting. Like, I got a 3, so.
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
And I got
Hell
a 4
yeah.
comtech, so like I'd be able to figure out this alien technology. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're
Sure.
saying, Walter. I don't know why you had to say it that way, but
Yeah,
No,
that was
that's not
totally
what
in
Walter
character.
said.
That's totally in character. Bada bing, bada boom. That matches exactly
Sir,
how he talks.
as humans, as most people would say, bada bing, bada boom.
Oh my god.
with a bit more flair next time.
Bada bing, bada boom.
You
No
sound
flair.
like you're depressed.
Bada bing.
Come on, where's that smile, Walter?
Christ.
Where's those jokes that you were so full of only minutes before? Don't you go getting sad on me.
Yeah, he just kind of makes his attention to where the ship would be and just starts walking.
Yeah. Knock gains another stress from that little interaction.
Oh my god.
fair.
You can't just keep handing us stress.
Just knock.
She's a nervous Nelly.
So you're moving pretty stealthily. Could I have a is stealth a skill in this game, or is it like mobility? I'm
We
guessing.
used mobility last time, yeah.
All right, let's
Mobility
go.
usually,
Yeah.
I might argue for survival because it's very oriented
Yeah,
towards
survival makes
harsh
sense.
environments like this.
Sure, yeah, survival. Let's see if you. Let's see
Are
if
you for the
survive.
one I got no dice in? Cool.
All right, I'm fine with that. That's okay.
Ooh,
Oh,
No.
okay.
Okay, great. Awesome. You know,
I gotta go find the survival thingy because I'm on the wrong page now.
Yeah, I will use a stunt to get a +1 modification to a later skill roll relating to this one, if it comes up. But
Okay.
I'm getting a bit more panicked, so as we're trudging through the mud and through the jungle towards this ship, I'm getting flashbacks. You know, am I here or am I back in future Nam?
Yeah, you see Stakowitz Senior, just for a brief second, and
I'm yelling, Stakowitz!
yeah. As you start yelling, you see Stakowitz, and then Stakowitz Senior turns into Walter, who is looking very confused at you, and it's at this point that you hear a howling. And you see that these like there are these strange wolves that are fast approaching all of you, and they look like they definitely look like they're from like the predator planet. They have these tusks that are sprouting out directly forward out of their faces, and they have that those sort of mandibles as well for their mouths. And as they're charging at you, you then see that another pack of these pale white xenomorphs that move on all fours, that sort of resemble like xenomorph dogs, are also on them, and they fight amongst each other. But a few of these dogs start to like look at you and attack, and these are the Yautja dogs. So we're gonna roll initiative.
Ooh.
Aha.
So the predator dogs go first then.
One thing I want to call out for us defending is the section on blocking on page 92. If you're attacked in close combat, which these dogs probably are going to do, you can choose to block the attack to avoid being hit. Blocking is a fast action. You roll for close combat. You must declare that you're going to block before the attacker rolls for their strike, and then you get some stunts. But it's a reactive action.
Okay, so it doesn't take like your main action.
It does, actually. It counts against your 2 available actions in the round.
Okay.
So is that on your next turn, or if you've taken your turn this round, you can't do it?
It's a good question. Each time you block, you lose 1 action later in the round, and if you have already used both your actions, you can't block.
Cart galore, okay.
Okay, so yeah, this dog, there's going to be 2 of them, and the first one runs up to Knock and goes for her legs, and let's see how it does. Wow. Not well. Not well at all. Oh no. Yeah, it goes for the legs, and you see that it oh my god. Yeah, it doesn't like Jesus, I was expecting something cool to happen. So Knock is able to steel herself and readies for the attack, and dodges just out of the way. And now the second one will go after yeah, I think we'll go after Steele with this one.
Okay, I'm gonna block.
Okay. You go ahead.
So close combat. Boom.
Ooh.
So that is 2 successes. So let's see. For each success you roll, choose an effect below. So I can decrease the damage. I can counterattack.
Ooh.
So yeah, I will spend 1 on decreasing damage and 1 on a counterattack.
Okay. Let me roll. So that was one success on that one.
Okay, decreasing damage removes one of their successes.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
cool.
And
Yeah,
then
what
with
is
the
that?
counterattack, I
Yeah,
deal
yeah.
damage to the attacker equal to the damage rating of your weapon, which is 2.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, you are able to. What does this look like as you like you don't kill it, but you like critically damage it?
Yeah, so I think it like leaps for me, and I like get down on one knee, knife comes out, and just
You're proposing?
stab it in the
Oh,
side
never
as
mind.
it goes past.
Yeah, and you slice into its side, and it leaps, and it kind of whimpers, and then it spits out a bit of blood, and then wants to attack again. But it can't because it's not its turn anymore.
Haha.
It's Walter's turn.
It is my turn, Mother. Correct.
Yeah, I got the shotgun, so let's see what it does. All right. Let's see here. So it has a +1 modifier to it. So I'm gonna go ahead or a bonus. Where is my? Would it be close combat or ranged combat? I feel like it would be range because it's a gun.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. All right. Just gonna casually fire this weapon.
Ooh,
That's crazy.
wow, that's tragic.
I can't see any rolls happening right now. I might need to refresh my page.
Oh, you don't want to see it. I'll be honest. with you.
Wait, what? Wait, what happened?
It was horrible. You didn't get anything. You didn't even
Oh
get a
my
1 or a
god,
6.
I got
Again.
nothing?
Again.
No.
This keeps happening to you, Robin.
My God.
I don't know how it's possible.
Yeah, I do not know at all.
If you have any story points, maybe you want to use them here.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a story point. Yeah, I'll uncheck that story point. Oh no, there's right click to uncheck. So it is going to do. It's gonna do 3 damage.
Which one?
And does the creature have any armor?
It does have armor. Yeah, 2.
It has armor 2.
Yeah, it has these tusks that come out, and it leads with its with its snout and with its head, and so it's able to deflect some damage, but it's still like just bone,
Well, that's not. I don't think that's super great. It says that when I attack with this Armat Model 37A2, that it treats the creature's armor as they're having armor +1. Because I guess it's a shotgun and it's spread wide, and so armor's more effective against it. So that means it has armor 3. So I don't do any damage to it. It just completely absorbs the impact of the bullets.
Oh no. Do you want to?
Yep.
Do you want to retract your story point?
No.
Okay, you used it. You used it.
It happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
I used it.
This is you used a story point. So why is this important? Why is this confirmed, locked in as part of the story? How does this impact Walter?
I think this is a decisive moment. Like, I think Walter is fumbling around with the gun, and he feels this just kind of like, he just feels inadequate. Like, he's not fully up to spec, he's not fully updated and ready. And he feels like he's like, I can't help these people if I'm staying in this shitty old model. Like, I need to get back into a Walter unit body. And so his priorities have shifted a little bit.
Okay, cool. And is that your turn, Walter?
It is.
All right, Dunbar.
I want to deal with the dogs that are hassling. There's none coming towards me just yet, are there?
No. One is engaged with Knock, and one is engaged with Steele currently.
Priorities. Steele's competent. He can handle himself. Knock is a nervous wreck. I'm going to try and help Knock.
Okay.
With my M56A2 smart gun, which I suppose I roll just a regular range combat, so no success.
Okay.
I deal 3 damage to the dog, I believe. Yes, 3.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you like bear down with your weapon, and you knock off a couple of the tusks, and you hit it right in the face, and it flinches and then looks at you.
All right, I'm gonna save my fast action for if I have to block.
Okay, cool.
So that's me.
And that brings us to Steele.
Okay, Steele has used one fast action for the block. I'm going to use another fast action to assume Overwatch position. So pulse rifle comes up, and I'm aiming in the direction of these dogs, and I'm ready to take a shot. So the way Overwatch works, as far as I can see, is I assume the Overwatch position is a fast action now, and any time between now and my next turn, I can take a slow action as a reaction, similar to how the blocking worked, where I'm using up my next turn, to just fire my gun. And so, effectively, next round, before the dogs come and bite us, I could fire off my gun.
Oh.
Ooh, I like that.
So that's the plan.
Okay. All right, yeah. Okay, and that is the end of round 1. The dogs will go again. This one is going to lunge at Dunbar.
I fire. Overwatch is triggered, but I am trembling from my panic condition, so I have -2 on agilities. So let's see how this goes.
Oh.
Okay.
More panic. Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh no, no, no.
I think it's all coming back, man.
It's all coming back. This is exactly what happened to Stackowitz.
No.
So it looks like the drop item happens, but it doesn't replace my action.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So that you can engage in close combat, I think, right? That would stand to reason, right?
Yeah. So whatever you think, like in terms of what I drop with my gun or my knife or something, what do you think?
I think, yeah, you go to like fire, and then this feeling comes over you, and you're like, no. I'm gonna engage this thing with my knife, and you pick up and you drop your gun, and you're gonna charge in with your knife.
Okay. Do you want me to roll close combat?
Sure, yeah.
Come on, you fuck.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
There it is.
Like it's like lunging for Dunbar, and I come in and
And how much damage is that?
that would be 2 damage.
Yeah, it looks like it can't take it. Yeah, it can't take another hit like that. That's for sure. And it whimpers for a moment and tries to lash out at you. But it actually doesn't have its tusks anymore, so it can't.
You've been defanged, fucker.
I like that. And then that will bring us to the dogs. Oh no, the dogs are attacking Dunbar. So I need to roll for that. That just interrupted their turn, yeah.
Yeah, and I was blocking. So how do I resolve that again?
Yes, so you roll a, what was it? Was it close combat?
Close combat,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Bam.
Ooh, baby.
2 success dice.
There we go.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you roll and I can decrease the damage of any of your successes. So you gotta roll a 3 to hurt me, by the looks.
Ooh. All right, I'll give it a try.
Or deal 3 damage, I suppose.
Ooh. Yep, there's one.
You could
I
decrease
decrease
damage and counterattack.
And then counterattack, yeah. So dealing damage equal to the attacker equal to the damage rating of your weapon. So I don't. Would that be my knife? Or
Yeah.
do I shoot him in the face with my gun? Okay, knife. Knife deals 2 damage.
Yeah, you parry this bite. And what does it look like as you kill this dog?
Oh shit! I kill him.
Let's
Okay, yeah.
go.
I jumps up at me, going for my face, fangs right there, and I take a risk and I put my hand in its mouth as I drive the knife up through the roof of its mouth. The very slightest tip of it popping out the top.
Nice.
Maybe get a small cut in the hand as I remove myself from it, but I am unscathed and it's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. God. And yeah, these things don't even look like. They kind of resemble hounds, but they're huge. They're massive, and they look like alien weirdo dogs. And yeah, you take one down, and yeah, you take the knife out, and now you two are also covered in the whatchamacallit, like the neon green blood. And yeah, that's one of the dogs. The other dog was going after what, Steele, right?
Come get some.
Yeah. So it's gonna bite you. It's gonna chase
I'll go
after
block.
you. All right, block it up.
Lock it up.
Oh.
Okay. That's a freeze.
Uh-oh.
Jackowitz.
Stack. It's the senior.
So this one will replace, I believe, my action. Blah, blah, blah. If the panic roll was the result of a skill check for an action, the action is cancelled and immediately replaced by the forced panic action, even if you rolled a success. Okay. Yeah, I freeze up. I've knife in hand. I was ready for this expert maneuver to knife it in the throat. But I just can't get Stack with Senior out of my head.
Ooh, 2 successes. All right, so it's going to deal some damage to you. So it's going to deal 2 damage. Yeah, so it deals normally just 1, but in this instance, since it got 2, it's going to deal another instance of damage.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for my M3 personnel armor to see if I can reduce that.
Okay.
Okay, that reduces it by 1 point.
Oh. All right. Yeah, you only take 1 point of damage as this thing rakes its teeth over your arm. I get. Oh no! Rakes its teeth over your leg, man.
All that for a drop of blood.
All right.
How dare you? How dare you?
We're casting Josh Brolin for John.
Yes, 100%.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
perfect.
I can see it.
And now it is Walter's turn.
Who'll be cast for him?
I just used my shotgun. You know what they say? It's faster to switch than to reload. So I'm gonna pull out my Rexham RXF M5 EVA pistol, and I'm going to try to shoot the one that just attacked like right in the head. And you know what? I'm gonna use my quick action to aim. And then I'm going to try to go for a weak spot, which gives me a -2, but then the aim gives me a +2. So it's just like a straight roll is what I think. Okay. But this is going for specifically its head. What did I get here? Yes!
There we go.
Nice.
All right, so it would do, so base damage is 1, plus an additional 1 for the dice. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna have it do the extra damage. So it's gonna do 2 damage. To its face.
Yeah, you see that this thing has been defanged, as it were, and you shoot one of its eyes out. It cannot take another hit like that.
Close, but that's everything. That's it for me.
Dunbar.
Okay, so we got 1 dog left. Not complicate things. I'll shoot it. Maybe not. I keep it together, but I miss.
Yeah, you're about to panic. It's just that split second of panic, and then you hold it together and you fire wide. And we move to Steele.
Steele has actually nothing left between blocking and the Overwatch shot. I have no more actions left.
Oh, incredible. This is the last dog, limping, barely able to see. It's going to lunge at Steele.
Okay, and this is a new round.
Yes. This is the top of round 3.
Okay, I will block.
All right. Yep, if you got it.
I got it, I think.
Ooh, that was 3
Nope, maybe not.
successes. And, ooh, no, seek cover.
See cover. That might work.
Yeah, okay.
A retreat roll.
Yeah, okay.
Are there any friendly PCs in short range of Steele that get stressed out by this behavior?
Are you within close range of him at this point? Who's engaged with this last dog? I think it's Walter, but Walter doesn't gain stress.
Yeah, I don't get stress.
I was shooting at it, but
I think I was next to Dunbar because on the previous turn I had moved up to intercept, right?
That's right. So Dunbar, you do get a stress.
So for the retreat, I have to make a mobility roll to move away to short range. And so I think because this next roll is coming from a panic condition, it won't trigger panic itself, if I'm remembering correctly. So I'll do mobility now. There we go.
either.
And mobility stunts. I impressed Dunbar.
Nice.
You managed to run away bravely.
But it looks cool.
So Robin bravely ran away.
And then the dog will attack. But you ran away.
Yeah, so I'm now out of range, I believe.
Oh, so I'm in range. I think I'm the only one in range.
But what triggered all this is that the dog attacked you. So it feels like it feels cheap to then say, "Oh no, the dog then attacked someone else," right? So I think it loses its turn, but you panicked, so there's that. Yeah, I guess the dog will have to pass its turn. It's now Walter. Come on, finish this thing off.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I will aim to get the +2, and then try to shoot at the other eye. There we go. All right, another 2 damage.
Oh,
Same as the first.
yeah. How do you kill this horrible alien hound?
Yeah, I like to think that like this is all happening in like split-second time, and so I cock the shotgun, I shoot it, it just like doesn't seem to be effective, and I look over and I'm like, I don't like this weapon, and I throw it down to the ground, pull out my pistol, and then one shot through one eye, one shot through the other eye, it falls down.
Nice.
Yes, this is nice. I prefer this. I like this, but I prefer this.
The other dogs and the aliens, their fight takes basically backs away out of your immediate area. You're able to run away and get further into the forest. Bravely evade more.
Yeah, I make sure to pick up my rifle as we leave.
And you trudge along further into this jungle, and I need someone to make an observation roll. Who do you think is watching out the best right now? Probably not Steele, because you're getting flashbacks.
I mean, my observation is 2, so unless you have a better observation.
I do
Mine
not.
is also 2.
Okay, I'll just go for it then. Yes.
Nice.
Oh, okay, perfect.
It makes sense that it's the synthetic that does this, and because there is you feel like you're about 2 clicks out, and you feel like the ship is close, but you get the sense that someone is watching you. I should have given you a bonus to that, probably a +1 or 2, because Nock still has the sensor, right? The motion sensor. So you are able to detect this predator that is watching you. You see that the blood trail picks up a little bit, just a tiny bit. You see like a drop from up above, and without even looking, you signal to the other ones, this thing's here, and it's above us.
Shit, it's above us. Do I notice that there's any what I want to try to do is like luring a xenomorph over here so that it fights that instead of us. Do I see has any of the battle that's outside the compound kind of spread into the forest? Jungle, and do I hear any screams of xenomorphs?
Yeah, you hear some screams of xenomorphs. I mean, it's happened the whole time that you're traveling, and I think that last encounter kind of also cemented that as well, where you see you see that the warhounds of both sides are battling, and they're not very they're indiscriminate in who they fight, obviously.
Right.
So, yeah, but how would you go about that? And
I mean,
how
I would try,
how could you do that really quickly? Because this thing is
I know,
almost directly above you. You know.
I was thinking of like lighting a flare. That sounded a lot cooler in my head. All right, I promise.
Well, I mean, a flare, if their vision is based on like heat signatures, a flare might blind it.
Yeah, I like that idea. Just like a really light one of these massive flares that we have in our kits.
I hand you the secondary flare gun.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. I'm going to grab it, point it straight up to where I feel like this thing is staring down at me from, and just shoot it up in the air.
You hear a scream, and this flare lights up the entire area around you. And
lovely.
Yeah. So there's definitely a downside. You've now attracted some enemies over to your position. However, you have
time.
Yes, you have bought yourselves a tiny bit of time. I'm going to give you each basically a surprise round before we even roll initiative. But so you have one round essentially of combat. But let me sort of set the scene a little bit more before we get into it. So you fire this flare, and it goes directly upward, and you hear this scream, and then you hear more rustling out in the jungle, and you hear more xenomorph screaming and more predator screaming, and then you hear the howling of those predator wolves. And as this flare illuminates the entire area, you see that just for a brief moment, that some massive object seems the light of the flare seems to reflect off of it, but this object you didn't see a moment before, and when the light dissipates,
it's the ship.
Yeah, when the light dissipates, the reflection also goes away, so it's cloaked, it's invisible.
Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. We could definitely seek like cover in there, you know.
So question for you.
Answer.
How is Walter feeling right now?
I think Walter started off feeling like Walter, but now he's starting to feel the inadequacies of this older, outdated synthetic model, and so he's starting to have a little bit of I think he's maybe the personalities between Walter. I always forget his name.
Crawford.
Oh my God, Crawford. Yeah, Walter. It's hard to say them back to back. Walter Crawford.
Yeah.
Walter and Crawford are starting to slightly like merge together, like meld together.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, he's probably just completely devastated. Like, shit. Well, there's no way that I can protect these people now. But you know what? I think I would be fine on my own, though.
You think you'd be fine on your own? Well, when you get outside, and through this whole thing, you're kind of a little shell-shocked, and you get a warning in your system, and it says, and it gives you your Act 3 agenda.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Your hardware cannot process this new intelligence. You must find another unit and transfer your data. You have 24 hours until complete shutdown. These new
Oh,
aliens.
shit. Okay.
Yeah. You have 24 hours until complete shutdown. These new aliens have a ship, and they took most of the synthetics there, and that is a good place to start. And the idea here is that you need new hardware, not only new
Right,
like software,
yeah.
but new hardware as well. So you can transfer all of your being from Crawford and as Walter into a new synthetic, but you got to get to a ship first.
I like the idea that this was a very like botched and quick job, and I don't think Crawford was fully thinking through the ramifications of taking essentially the operating system of another android and inserting it to his own, because I don't think it's as simple as just like, well, you have a chip and it's like that's you and your personality and everything. Like I think there's things tied to the physiology of a synthetic. And so like I think he's probably starting to like glitch a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Glitching.
Like he's
Yeah.
he's becoming a bad egg.
Yeah, maybe. I'll say that. Yeah, in your previous agendas, it says that the squad's safety is your first priority, and
Yes.
pointedly, it does not say that anymore. It is up to you if you want to continue that, or if you want to act selfishly. But that is completely up to you.
I think I still feel a close bond to John Steele, the sergeant. So I think I'm going to be with them, and we'll see how it plays out. But if they were to get in my way of being able to get to the upgrades that I need, that's where that might change.
Steele has the mask, and you are pretty sure that if you're wearing the mask, you can probably tell where the ship is, and you can see the ship. So that it makes sense that the predators can see their ship with their masks on, and they don't have to decloak it.
Yeah, if I have time, I'll ask the sergeant if I can see the mask. I'll just say like, I know a way to get to the ship. Give me the mask.
Understood, Walter. I put on the mask.
What the fuck?
Yeah, before you steal,
Asshole.
before you steal, you see a massive ship, and let me give you a picture of it.
Whoa.
Very sleek.
Damn, that's a cool looking ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see this ship right in front of you, Steele, and you see that the door is open to it. There's this ramp up that you can go right into that ship if you wanted.
Okay.
But remember that presumably this predator could also get into the ship as well. It also has like a mask and can control.
I mean, we
ship.
gotta try to kill this thing to get time for me to figure out how the fuck to pilot this thing.
Yeah. That's a great point. So, I think Steele will say, "It's right there. Walter, get inside that ship. We'll buy you as much time as we can."
I'll say to him, I'll say, give me the mask. I can't see it.
How-
We have no time. Hurry.
Whoops.
Well, I think Steele will lead everyone to the what do you call it? The hatch? The doors?
The
Or what would you
ramp,
call
The
it?
yeah.
gangway.
The ramp, yeah. The gangway. So Steele can like lead everyone there,
Okay.
and then probably once you get inside, you can see. I'm
Okay.
guessing.
Great
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Overwatch
imagine it's
position.
not like a Wonder Woman's invisible ship or whoever it is, like where it's just all completely invisible.
No, you can see inside of it, and it looks really cool, and it looks alien. It looks just like the outside. It's very sleek, slender, and it has a bunch of like alien script all over, a bunch of different buttons and things. But you're definitely in sort of like a not hangar bay, but what would they call that inside the ship, like the cargo bay.
Do I? Yeah, I want to just immediately try to go for the whatever seems to be the cockpit of this ship, and I'm hoping that they'll buy me some time while I try to figure out how the fuck this thing works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not so fast. It's a big ship, and you see you pass by some very advanced synthetics
Ooh.
on your way in.
Oh yeah, I know. I take note of that, but I can't do anything about that right now.
Yeah, none of them look like what's his nuts? Walter or David.
Oh.
Yeah.
Am I the only Walter model? Was I the only Walter model stationed here?
No, there were a few more, but
Okay.
Presumably they were all destroyed, or they are somewhere else.
Okay.
So these are like, are these guys in like pods or just standing upright? It's just like human synthetics?
They're human synthetics, and they have their eyes have gone white, and they have on their eyes the Wayland
Deactivated.
Yutani logos, and they seem deactivated. Yeah.
What the hell?
Mm.
What the hell are these doing in a Doubtjaw ship? Walter, can you close this door?
Yeah, sure. I'll try giving it a close. I feel like we're little toddlers, and like our parents are coming out to the car, and we're like, ah! And like we run into the car and we shut the door without locking it, and they're like, you can't get in here. You're like, it's like, no, I think this thing knows how to open a fucking door.
We'll know when it's here because it's invisible, you know? We'll know it's here because the door's opening.
Yeah, so you there's a little like small console, and yeah, you can there's like 3 different buttons, a red, green, and a yellow.
Oh, wonderful. Wow, it's so lucky that they use the same color conventions that humans use.
You hope.
I mean, can I make some kind of like a Comtech check, because I don't want to just blindly press a button.
Sure.
Okay, let's see here.
Oh yeah.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah. You press the red button, and the ramp starts to close.
I'm going to get the stunt that I don't need to roll to overcome this exact same challenge in the future. I just know how to open doors now. Open and close doors.
Okay, so you're all inside the ship in the cargo bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the door closes, the ramp closes, and you have the ship to yourselves.
So we start piling up these synthetics as cover and propping our rifles on top, getting ready in case this cargo door
you do
opens.
not. No, do not touch my brothers.
We don't know what these aliens did to your kin.
I don't have time for conversation. I'm going to the bridge.
All right, yeah. Make an observation roll, please. I guess this is going to be less of a combat encounter and more of, can you start this ship and pilot it properly before they can get into the ship type of encounter?
That's a success.
Success. You pass by a room on your left, and it has displayed out, laying down on its back is another predator.
Laying down on its back?
Yeah, on a raised table, looks like, in the center of the room.
Table. It's in the center of the room. Does it look like it's hooked into anything? Like, is this the pilot, or is this some random bedroom that I found?
Does not look like a bedroom at all. It looks like there are other chairs, ? Around it, and science equipment around it, like not directly attached to this predator, but like around on different tables.
Does it notice me?
It doesn't appear to move.
Oh shit. Okay,
Is it a vigil?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably some kind of like it's probably some kind of med bay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going, and I'll radio as I leave. As I continue on, I'll just say,
I think it's dead, but there's a predator in the next room beyond. Copy that. Trying to find the bridge.
Okay, and yeah, you find the bridge. You go up. It's pretty. The layout of the ship is pretty. It makes sense. It's pretty standard. Standard. I should. It's an alien ship, but it
Galactically standardized.
Galactically standard. Yes, and you make it to the cockpit. What are the other two doing?
Yeah, Steele orders everybody in the cargo bay to set up overwatch positions. Take cover, and then just train all guns on that doorway.
Sir, yes, sir.
And I have put all 3 of the dog tags on my rifle, and they're all hanging and jangling.
Hell yeah! And there's this silence, this deafening silence, except for the slight like jingling of the dog tags together.
And I'm muttering, "You got a hunger for what you see. You'll take it eventually. You can eat anything you want, but you better not take it from me."
Oh my god, I love this character. And
He's insane.
and yeah. At this moment, you a drop of saliva drips down onto your rifle and onto the dog tags.
No.
And as you look up, an alien, a xenomorph, descends upon you.
Jesus Christ.
Holy
Christ.
shit. Can I take my Overwatch shot?
Yeah, absolutely. This thing is yeah. You just fire off. This thing looks smaller than a normal xenomorph. It looks like one of those like dog ones, except slightly bigger.
Okay. Pop.
Keep it together.
Okay.
Ooh,
I
hell
keep
you
it
keep it
together.
together.
And I'm also going to spend a story point to gain an additional success on this,
Oh,
yeah, you do.
bringing me up to 4
I'm gonna
total.
say,
Nice.
can I prop my Overwatch as well? But looks like you won't need it.
We'll see. So I'm going to inflict the base damage of 2 plus 2 stunts, so that's 2 more damage, and then the final stunt will be to force my opponent to fall to the ground or is pushed back, so probably falls to the ground.
Yes, it falls to the ground, and you shoot upwards, and this acid blood still eats at you. It deals 1 point of damage to you as it eats away at your lucky leg.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Let me see. Will my armor help here? When you take damage from an attack, roll a number of base dice, etc. Would this count as an attack, or is this?
I'll
Okay,
say
if it's not.
okay. How about this? How about this as a narrative attack, a narrative burning through your leg with acid, and it's starting
totally.
to burn away like part of your armor and whatnot, but it doesn't like not mechanically with the game.
Perfect.
Yeah, and you start to feel that pain all over again, and you remember that you have these like injections in your from the predator, and you look down at those and you're like, oh boy.
It might be time for Steele to get roided out.
Oh no. And this xenomorph now on the ground, you dealt how much damage to it? 4? 3?
4 total.
Oh no. Barely clinging to life. It sends its tail out at you. Tries to skewer you.
God. Block!
Ooh.
Bum.
Oh!
Boom, baby.
Wow.
It's probably still gonna do like 7 damage.
Please roll high. Oh my god.
Oh,
No. Okay. Is that no damage?
That's no damage, as it
All right.
it connects with your armor and starts to pierce through. You now have really cool a really cool mark on your armor, but it does not it doesn't damage you.
So, yeah, with the block then, I'll use 1 success for a counterattack, dealing 2 damage. And there's another option here called disarm. You disarm your enemy. Can I cut the tail?
Okay, hold on.
I don't know if this is like a natural weapon that technically can't be disarmed, or if this is fair game.
I don't think it could be, and I don't know if you want to.
Yeah.
Remember what it
yeah,
has.
that's
Right,
for
that
love.
would not be super
I
great.
bite through its tail.
So, okay. You see that, yeah, it tries to get you with its tail, and Jesus Christ, what does it look like as you take this thing down?
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Okay, so it descended upon me. I unloaded, filled it with lead, and like jumped back, and so it lands on the ground. It's on its back. Its tail whips around. I duck just underneath it, slow motion. It cuts off my cap, revealing my incredible hair.
Luxurious hair.
Oh, fuck.
3 hours in the makeup trailer, Josh Brolin was getting this hair done. And then I dive upon that fucking xenomorph with the knife and just
Nice, yeah, and in the process, yeah, this acid burns through your leg, and it cauterizes it, and yeah, your that leg is no more again.
Where you are, you're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die.
Oh my god! And then we shift over to Dunbar. What is Dunbar doing through this whole ordeal? An alien is just attacked Steele, and Steele had this epic, heroic moment. What is Steele, or what is Dunbar doing?
I think Dunbar hears the gunshots, waits for them to stop, stands up to fire, and just kind of watches this unfold. I think maybe Doc is doing the same. There's this, frenzy from Steele, and then as the silence settles in, you just hear the kind of like gentle, like metallic clicking of the two of us lowering our weapons. You sure you need help out here, sir?
And I look up at you, and I'm wearing the Predator mask. So
Oh, it's freaky.
all good, Dunbar.
Think you might have earned that mask, sir.
I am the Predator now.
Hunter has become the hunted.
And yeah. So you're yeah. Oh my god, that was epic. Yeah, but you see that Steele is now like critically wounded, and his lucky leg is now severed
Lucky
from
no
him.
more.
Yeah, lucky no more.
Okay. Is there like a? Let me have a look. I feel like there was a medical thing. First aid can be done to a broken or dying victim.
Yeah, I like slump off the Xeno, and I'm like against the wall. Dunbar, over here, help me with this.
Yeah. I guess can I make a medical aid check?
Sure, yeah.
I'm not sure what it'll do. I assume he's broken because that's one of the
Yeah.
injuries.
Yeah, I'll say
success.
yeah, he's definitely broken. He's broke. All right, yeah, that's one success. You're able to, with whatever means you have, kind of wrap up the cauterized stump and get him to his feet. He's sort of leaning on your shoulder.
That'll have to do, sir. The skin job used to do all the medic stuff, and I don't even recognize him anymore.
Yeah, I like as you help me up, I actually take off the Predator mask. I never thought I'd say that.
We're silly anyway. I'm sorry.
It ain't Halloween yet. And I look at you and I say, You did a damn fine job, Dunbar. You should be proud of yourself.
All right, sir. What's next?
Let's get up to the cockpit. See how Crawford, Walter's doing. And your instincts are right, I think. Let's make sure to keep an eye on him. He might be on our side for now, but once we get out of this, his priorities, they'll be changed.
All right, I'll help him limp up to the cockpit.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you do the same. You follow the same path that that Walter did. You pass by that chamber with the with the predator in there. You know, the predator lying on its back.
I
you know,
stop.
there's yeah. You stop. Yeah, and there's that. I mean, just as Walter said, yeah. There's this predator lying motionless there. There's like this gaping wound in its chest, and it's sort of lying in the middle of this like chamber with a bunch of what appears to be
Was there a
signs.
gaping wound in it when Walter saw it?
What?
Wait, hang on. Yeah, wait.
Yeah, I
Wait,
thought
hang
so.
on.
I thought so.
I don't
I
remember being a-
fucking knew. I knew it. Oh, fuck.
Son of a
Wait, these
bitch.
things can inhabit
Yep.
non-humanoid?
Yeah.
Knock, get your eyes back on that scanner.
Boop, boop, boop.
It can't be that big, right? It'd be one of the small ones.
I raised my gun, and for good measure, I leveled 3 rounds into the head of the predator on the table.
Yeah, it's fucking dead.
Never know what these things could have. 2 hearts or some shit.
We keep moving to the cockpit, or
Well, so
Conduct
to
a
speak, it
search.
probably did have 2 hearts for a moment while the thing inside of it was gestating.
Yeah, that that other creature is moving down to the cargo hold.
One last rodeo. Yeah, I think Steele just lets out this heavy sigh. Fucking damn it. I didn't want to do this again. Dunbar, you up for one last round of bug hunting?
you just tell me where to put you down. Not like that. Not that.
Wait, whoa.
You got a few years left yet, Sergeant.
Oh no.
I'm getting back to my husband, Dunbar. Well, Marie, down to the cargo hold. That's where you can put me down. That's such a thing to say. What a wild thing to say.
As we move from there, we move back to the cockpit. Walter, what are you doing?
I am trying to start the ship. I'm trying to get it off the ground.
Okay, yeah, you start to like look at the controls. There's obviously one seat that looks like a pilot seat.
Okay, I'm in it.
Okay, yeah, and you sit down in that seat, and you're looking around. You're looking around to like God, and I need you to make another comms check, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'll go for it.
Oh yeah,
Oh, thank God.
yeah, yeah. You understand. You're starting to understand the basics of the language, and you're able enough to start the engines, and
Okay.
just at that moment, there's this big you can see outside, and there's this big pane of glass just above you, that you use just above you and forward, and it's one big pane of glass, like in the art that I showed y'all. And you see outside, and poof, on that pane of glass, there is the predator, and it uncloaks, and it's looking at you, and it doesn't have the mask anymore. So it's looking at you with that horrible, ugly face, and it's looking at you with those beady little yellow eyes, and its mandibles are out, extended, and you can tell it is roaring, and it's looking at you. What do you do?
I don't know. If I can get this thing in the air, I just want to try to. I'm trying to think. How to like shake it off, basically. Like it's on the ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Are there windshield wipers? Where's the windshield wiper buttons?
Actually, funny you say that. There is a shield button, like a shielding, like a button to activate the shields.
Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna hit that for sure.
Yeah. When you do that, it looks at, like, as you're about to hit the button, it looks at it and then it panics. It starts to get up, and you press the button and it's completely like the shielding activates over the entire ship, and it completely like severs the arms and legs off of this thing. It falls, bashes its head on this like blue light of shielding, and it falls, drips down. The body like tumbles down off of the shielding, and at that point, you start to move the ship up, like it starts to get liftoff.
Yeah, I'll radio. I'll say,
Is everything fine back there? We are starting our departure.
We got a stowaway. We're dealing with it. You get us in the air. You get us into orbit. You get us the fuck out of here, Walter.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna take us like I'm gonna shift up 45 degrees towards the 45 degrees from the horizon and just full thrusters.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, and now we go back just moments before you hit the thrusters to the other two. What are you doing in the cargo hold?
I was gonna say find a strategic location for you because you're not too mobile, I'd imagine.
Yeah, like set me up. And with Knock, she has the motion scanner to try and pinpoint this thing. But I wonder, is there any way we could draw it out into a crossfire zone?
Maybe we stay in orbit until it's dead, and then let this cabin depressurize and just lock the doors tight. Might be the plan.
You know what? That's a pretty good plan. So yeah, actually, as we get to the doors of the cargo hold, probably Dunbar, you suggest that, and so we'll stop at the cargo hold doors, and between ourselves, maybe we have to comment to Walter, we'll try and lock down the cargo hold and even like any ventilation systems that might lead out, and just seal off that entire area until we can get into orbit and flush it.
Yeah, as you do that, there's this window that leads into the cargo hold, and that's the doorway. And as you finally seal everything off, you are jump scared again by this little. It's grown tremendously, even in like a few minutes, and it's starting to molt and like break through the first layer of skin, and it looks like this red alien, like this combination, this horrible combination of a predator with those dreadlock-like things coming out of it, and the alien.
Yeah, so we're watching from the window. And I have my gun raised, anticipating like this thing could break through. We really have no idea what its capabilities are.
Yeah, it starts bashing its head against the glass. There's one crack, there's two cracks, and you better open that doorway, that ramp.
Yeah, can I do it from where I am, like remotely?
Yeah, sure.
Walter, open up the back of this bitch.
Yeah, I am going to secure the like the door that they're behind. Like I will lock it and make sure that it stays pressurized, and then everything that's not in the room that they're in. Well, wait, have I made it to space yet?
No, not yet.
Shit.
It's up to you. Do you like it? You're running out of time, but I thought the plan was kind of to stay in the atmosphere, kind of.
Yeah, I know. It's just I don't know if it's gonna be able to like, because if we're in space, I imagine it gets sucked out by the pressure.
I mean, it might happen with just the air.
Yeah, if we're going up at a sharp angle and you open that door, it'll probably get pulled to the back anyway.
Okay, well then I won't lock things yet. I will. Yeah, I mean I'll say,
We're not yet out of the atmosphere. Do you want me to wait? If we just wait a little longer, we can suck it out of the vacuum.
Open that goddamn door, Walter. We'll secure ourselves here. We can take it.
Okay.
And I will hit the button to open the door.
Okay, yeah, you hit the button. The ramp opens. You see that as it's bashing its head, the new face that is a mixture of the predator with one of those little mouths, like second mouths, pops out, and there's blood. There's all this like viscera, and it looks disgusting. And it's barely hanging on, and then it gets sucked right out of the room, and then it blasts against the shielding, and it's just this mist, this green mist. And yeah, you've done it.
Wow. I didn't even think of the shield. Let's go.
Yeah, that's so
Oh
cool.
my god.
And yeah, after a few minutes, you get out of the atmosphere, and you leave the aliens and the predators to their war, now with no means of escape.
Fuck.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, we did it.
That we did, Walter. That we did. I think we're like coming into the
Unlocking the
bridge.
doors to the bridge.
Yeah. Dunbar is pulling me in. I'm half on his shoulder.
Yeah, and over the next few hours, yeah, you're able to patch up Steele. You're able to you can grow another leg there. There's a med kit and a medical
Whoa.
bay and everything, and you can grow. I mean, but it's not a human leg. That's the that's the tricky
Oh.
one. It's a full-grown predator leg, and it is it's like has these rippling muscles, and you are stronger than you were before, Steele.
Now I am the apex predator.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The jungle is a chrysalis. I have emerged. Commander Steele.
And I pull out from my one of my pouches a photo of my husband,
Which actor is he?
and we don't get to see who's in that photograph. I rub off a tear and I look over to Knock and I say,
You're gonna get to see your parents, Knock. Who inevitably will
"Years,
Oh my god!
but you will meet others. You will meet your future husband or wife or anybody else. And you're gonna have a life, Knock. You hear me? You're gonna have a life.
Knock gains another stress. Obviously. And yeah, anything else to add to Steele's story?
I think that's it.
All right.
I think Dunbar's kind of smiling, waiting for you to monologue to him, and it just doesn't come.
He just looks at you and thinks, it should have been you. Should have been you.
No, I think okay.
Mhm, mhm.
I look over to Dunbar, who's sitting next to me. I put a hand on his shoulder.
Private, what's your first name?
I'm a corporal, sir. I'm a corporal that worked really hard to get to
Not
this.
anymore, son.
Oh!
No. You're a lieutenant now.
Is that?
That's not how that works. It's not
That's
how
not.
it
I don't
works.
think that's how that
Well,
works.
then I'm Lieutenant David Dunbar, sir.
Lieutenant David Dunbar. God damn it. I'm so glad that you were there on this team.
I needed to hear that, sir.
Let's have a drink. To Anvil, to Morris, to all who we've lost, except for that wailing Utani biatch.
I like the sound of that, sir.
I'll grab a glass of what I presumably believe we just find of some predator liquor.
Yeah, it's weird.
And I'll hold it up and I'll say, when in Rome, and I'll cheers.
Yeah, except this Rome was on the tramp stamp at the ass end of the galaxy. And we have emerged from its bowels.
Oh God.
We have emerged from its bowel.
And we all drink the predator whiskey and we fucking die because it's poisonous to
It's
our
way too much.
biology.
I trust you. It's it's perfectly safe.
And we all look at your Act 3 thing on your character sheet. Poison them with the predator whiskey.
Yeah. Specifically, there is predator whiskey.
Yes. And no, we actually do look at your Act 3 agenda as you go down to the
cargo bay.
The cargo bay. There is, oh God, the synthetics were in there. Oh no.
Did they get evacuated?
Oh.
Were they strapped in or just
Yeah,
freestanding?
they were strapped in.
Oh, they were strapped in. Did I say that?
Yeah.
We'll flash
I
back
thought
to when
you
I said that.
that.
I will flash back to when I said that. Oh yeah, I did say that, or I didn't. I have no idea. Yeah. So they were strapped in. You get to pick what your next synthetic looks like, and it can be an actor if you want, or you could just go with a description.
Ooh.
And why is it
Okay.
Steve Buscemi?
It is there's one that is wearing just kind of like a regular blue outfit with kind of short like blonde graying hair, and if he was an actor he'd be played by Ian Holmes.
Okay.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to pick that one.
Okay, yeah. And you patch in. Do you have any like sentimental moments with your previous body?
Before I go, I say just before I go, thank you, Crawford. Your sacrifice was necessary, brother. And I'll hook into the next one.
Yeah, you hook into the next one, and I think the eyes change from, after a second, change from the Weyland-Yutani logo to like a natural like blue or hazel eye color. And then
a new body.
Yeah, you got a new body. And then what about Dunbar?
Dunbar spends the majority of the flight, whenever it seems natural to bring it up, talking about how Anvil actually really liked him. And Anvil was probably like, Dunbar was the closest to Anvil, just trying to pretend he's been part of this picture more than he actually has. Just like as he's getting healed up from that big net that burned him up, whoever's helping him with that, he's just constantly talking when he's not supposed to be. They're like, shut up, I need to do stitches. And he's just like, yeah, Anvil was real close. We're kind of like brothers, just nonstop trying to paint himself into this picture. And Anvil appears like Mufasa in the sky. And we hear echoing, you think they're zombies or something? Something? His famous line.
That's the line that will be quoted to an infuriating degree in future Alien movies. It just comes up where it's not otherwise needed.
Yeah, it doesn't actually make any sense, but they say
The
it
Romuluses of the future.
Yeah.
And with that, you take off in this Predator ship. I mean, who knows where you're going? It's up to you. It is a wide universe.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where we will end things.
What
my
does
gosh.
fuel empty mean?